Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I will be explaining every single SCP item in SCP Containment Breach. The first item we will take a look at is SCP-1499, which can be found in the Light Containment Zone. Now, if you're not playing on Ultimate Edition, this is not going to be labeled, so just keep an eye out for a keycard door on the side of a long hallway. Excuse me. And you will need a level 3 key card in order to access this. So what is SCP-1499? Well, essentially it is a gas mask where anytime you put it on, you will end up in an alternate dimension. Now, you can move around as much as you like in this dimension, just don't get close to any of the inhabitants, don't bother them, or they will attack you. But aside from that, it's pretty chill here. You can move around as much as you like, but no matter how much you move, when you take it off, you'll end up at the spot where you first put it on. Now, this SCP item is extremely powerful because it can be used to counter pretty much every single SCP in the game except for SCP-049. So let's say SCP-173 or SCP-966 or even the MTF, they're a little bit too close for comfort. You can literally just put the mask on, camp in there for a little while, and then wait for them to pass you by. Another nice thing about the gas mask is that it will instantly despawn SCP-106 if he appears. SCP-106 is not really a threat anymore once you have the gas mask. So just as an example, let's say the old man is coming out. He's coming to get you. If you put on the gas mask and you have plenty of time because he takes a while to come out of the ground, take it off, and he is nowhere to be found. One last thing I would like to mention before we move on from the gas mask is that on certain versions of the game, okay, I don't know why they just sunk into the ground. On certain versions of the game, you can use this dimension to store items. So let's say my inventory is full and I wanted to leave my items here, and then let's say I needed to go back get my items, I could go back and get them. Be careful with this though, make sure you're on a version where this works, because I know there are some versions of this game where if you do this your items will just despawn and you don't want that. But aside from that, that is everything I have to say about SCP-1499. The next three SCPs we will be going over, that being SCP-1025, SCP-714, and SCP-860, can all be found in the same area. Let's go over SCP-1025 first. Now, just like SCP-1499, you're gonna need a level 3 key card, but unlike SCP-1499, I would not recommend using this SCP. Why? Well, SCP-1025 is a book labeled the Encyclopedia of Common Diseases. And when you flip it open, whatever disease you read about is the disease you will get. Now, what are the different diseases you can get from this book? One of them is appendicitis. Appendicitis will lower the rate of your stamina generation after a brief period of time. You'll also get messages indicating that you are feeling stomach pain, but this doesn't affect gameplay. You can also get asthma. Asthma gives two different effects. The severity of these effects for both of them is proportional to the amount of stamina you have remaining. These effects are slower speed and periodic coughing. You can get cardiac arrest, which will alter your heartbeat for a while and eventually kill you. Chickenpox will give you messages indicating that your skin is feeling itchy, but again, these messages don't affect gameplay. Then both lung cancer and common cold will lead to periodic coughing and decreased stamina regeneration, the latter of which is worse in the case of the common cold, which to me that doesn't really make sense. Why is the decreased stamina regeneration worse for a common cold than literal cancer? I never understood that, but that's how it works. So just as an example, let's open this up and see what we get. We got lung cancer. Yay! So as we've discussed, that means periodic coughing and decreased stamina regeneration for the rest of the game. This is not an SCP you want to be using at all unless it's for the achievement. If you do this for the achievement, I would recommend wearing SCP-714 prior to opening the book. Now, why do I recommend this? Well, SCP-714 is a green jade ring that will provide immunity from several SCPs while you wear it. The trade-off is that it caps your stamina, if you look at the bottom left, at 2 bars, which is not a lot. Now, the SCPs that this grants immunity to are SCP-012, SCP-895, SCP-1025, I'm coughing because I have cancer, and SCP-1123. It will also make SCP-049 take 5 seconds to kill you, and will cause SCP-420-J not to work. Before we discuss SCP-860, I'd like to discuss SCP-420-J real quickly while we're on the topic. It can be found in the head office, which is going to be found in the entrance zone. You'll just see a little set of stairs up here, just kind of to the side of one of the hallways, and you will need a level 4 key card to access it. Now, while this SCP can cure nausea and heal injuries, its primary purpose is to serve as a joke. What is this man saying? And there are 2 instances that can be found here. Now back to SCP-860. SCP-860, again, is found in the light containment zone. However, you don't get the opportunity to use it all the way until the entrance zone. Now, SCP-860 is a blue key, and in the entrance zone is a wooden door that can only be opened with this key. Now, because map generation is random, sometimes a super important room that you need to beat the game, like the electrical room, will spawn behind that wooden door, and sometimes a useless room will spawn behind there. But it's better to be safe and just get it at the beginning of the game than to go all the way to the entrance zone and then find out you need it and then have to go all the way back. So when you're playing, make sure to pick up this item before you leave the light containment zone. In the entrance zone, you may come across this room with a pair of 2 doors, one protected with a passcode and one protected by keycard access. Now, the passcode one is by all means a locked door, as the passcode for this door cannot be found anywhere in the game, meaning your only choice is to go through the keycard door, which can be opened with any level of keycard. And behind this door will be the aforementioned wooden door. Now in order to open this wooden door, you're going to need SCP-860. SCP-860's unique property is that it will take you to a forest when used. In order to come out the other side of the door you originally entered, you're going to have to find a door on the other side of this forest path. Now, you have to exit through the door on the other side of the path, as if you try to exit through the door that you came from, it won't budge, even if you do use SCP-860. Now, you want to get out of here as soon as possible, as SCP-860-2 is stalking you while you're in here, and it will start chasing you if you take too long. You can occasionally catch glimpses of it, especially if you look behind you or look into the forest. In the footage, you're about to see it appear in the top left. However, you've probably noticed that I've chosen to simply ignore it. This is because if you see it and you stare at it, you'll cause it to scurry back into the woods. But this is not a recommended course of action, as doing this can cause it to activate early, even if you haven't been here for too long. Sometimes you'll encounter forks in the path like this one, and it can be hard to tell which way is the right way, but a good indicator is these little notes that you'll find, and if you see those, it means you're on the right path. And it's important to be on the right path, because if you choose the path that's a dead end, you're gonna spend more time in here than necessary, and that can increase the chances of SCP-860-2 starting to chase you. Eventually, you'll find the other door, and you'll be able to come out of the other side of the door you originally entered. And again, on certain seeds, important rooms can be on the other side. On this seed, it is just a dead end, so it was useless in this case, but on other seeds it can be more helpful. You can also access this room back here now. But yeah, one final note before I stop talking about this SCP. SCP-860-2 is very fast. It's pretty difficult to outrun it, so it's important to avoid activating it in the first place. The next SCP we will be discussing is SCP-513, which can be found in its containment chamber in the heavy containment zone. Now, there are two entrances to its containment chamber. One is through this door, which requires at least a level 2 keycard. However, there's also a broken wall right here. Now, SCP-513 is a bell, and that you can double click to ring in your inventory, and once you ring it, you'll begin catching glimpses of an entity known as SCP-513-1. Now, while these glimpses can be scary, SCP-513-1 is completely harmless. It can't hurt you. You'll just catch glimpses of it. Let's take a look. Now, while SCP-513-1 is harmless, if you don't want to have the curse of SCP-513, you can get rid of it by destroying SCP-513 in SCP-914. Or you could just not ring the bell in the first place, but yeah, this is an alternative. And there you go, it's gone. So we should be free from SCP-513-1 now. 2 different SCP items can be found in SCP-035's containment chamber, which can be opened with a level 5 keycard. The first is SCP-148, which you can only get by letting 035 out. That's the only way. You can see it's on the floor right there. Oh, there we go. Now when you go in here, you want to be as fast as possible, as these red tentacles will come out of the ground as you come by and try to damage you.
The best bet is to appeal to it somehow. Hopefully you can come to a compromise. However, it does not control the warheads, which you should disable remotely in the event that something goes wrong.
After he leaves, this room will be accessible. Like I said, quickly sprint, and then quickly sprint out. And you will receive the metal panel. Now, in order to turn this metal panel into an SCP-148 ingot, you need to put it through SCP-914 on the rough setting. After you do this, you can put it in 914 together with either the gas mask or the hazmat suit to create a heavy variant of it. Now, the heavy gas mask will grant immunity to SCP-012, SCP-895, and SCP-966's waves. The heavy hazmat suit will grant immunity to SCP-012 and SCP-895 as well, but instead of granting immunity to SCP-966's waves, it'll grant immunity to these tentacle creatures right here. The other SCP you can find in here is a pill of SCP-500, which can be found behind the store. The passcode is 5731. SCP-500 will heal you, in addition to curing SCP-008, any diseases obtained from SCP-1025, and from SCP-966's effect. You can also get SCP-500 from a room in the maintenance tunnels. Now, I recommend getting it from SCP-035's room over getting it here, because entering the maintenance tunnels causes 2 SCP-966 instances to spawn in your game, and also SCP-106 always pops up down here. But if you do want to get it from here, I'll show you where to go. You. So the room looks like this, and the pill can be found on the shelf right here. Our final SCP is SCP-427. Now, SCP-427 cannot be found naturally. It can only be crafted in SCP-914. So in order to craft this, you're going to want to set the knob to Find, and then put in a pill of SCP-500. SCP-427 is a locket that whenever you open it, it will slowly heal you over time. It will also cure you of SCP-008, which is the zombie plague. Just be careful when you're using this SCP, as if you use it for more than a total of 7 minutes, it will begin to kill you. With that out of the way, we have now covered all the SCP items in the base game. I do apologize for the delay in uploads. My computer's internet was not working for a while. I do have a few more videos planned though, and I'm going to be doing a vote in the comments for what one of my future videos will be, so keep an eye out for a pinned comment. But yeah, that's everything for this video. See you guys on the next one. Bye.